Greetings from Indian Medical Association and eMedi News. I am Dr. K.K. Agarwal, National Vice President-elect, IMA. Welcome to our show, Chat with Dr. K.K. We have with us Dr. Appa. He is the Chairman of National IMA Leaders Forum. Thank you, sir, for being in our show.
Thank you.
All these years when we talk about working committee, we talk about Central Council meeting, we always talk about how to rebuild the image of the medical profession. Today, the government feels that IMA is working against us, and IMA feels that the government is against us. That's how the conflict is appearing. A common man, a common doctor wants to become a member of the specialty team. Today, we have only 2.2 lakh membership out of 8 lakhs, which is less than 30%. Actually, it should be more than 50% if you really want to be honest and full. What are your vision? How to make our members attracted to become members of Indian Medical Association?
So the IMA has taken a lead in enrolling more number of members. That is by reducing the HFC by 50%. We want to enroll another 5 lakh members. As on today, IMA is the biggest body in the entire world, largest body, medical body in the entire world. It is the organization which is keeping the interests of the medical people, private and government. Now everybody is conscious of Indian Medical Association, central government as well as state governments and the news agencies and TV agencies and all that. Because of the national strike which we went on last few months ago, it was a successful one. The government has respected the IMA and almost they have dropped or put aside the bills which were to be brought then and there. We have succeeded, but because of the Consumer Protection Act, the medical profession is almost being suppressed in the rural areas and district levels. Doctors are afraid of this legal procedure because it affects their practice.
Okay. If I talk about Consumer Protection Act, though we are bound by the Supreme Court of India ruling, but if I talk about that, under a Consumer Protection Act, I am a shopkeeper and the patient is a client. He is so when there is a shopkeeper type of an affiliation with me in that particular case, then why advertising is not allowed to me? Then why professional ethics, why commissions are not allowed to me? Why hiring of an agents are not allowed to me? The very fact in my Medical Council of India ethics, it said that doctors cannot commercialize, doctors have to have a social cause, they cannot advertise. Therefore, the basic spirit of the government was that doctors should not be in the Consumer Protection Act. Can't we reopen that case?
Actually, the problem, the Rajiv Gandhi never meant medical field when he thought of this Consumer Protection Act. It was later brought by the courts, made legal and brought on the medical profession.
But the act can be, it's the Supreme Court who says interpretation of the present law, but amendments can come. But we can come back with an amendments where doctors can be exempted.
That I am the chairman of the committee national struggle for any of the IMA causes. This is one of the main causes which I want to take up as early as possible. We want the government to make an amendment in the parliament and see that some way of putting the doctors, taking away from the consumer protection, and make some tribunal with a medical man, a judge of minimum, at least a high court or sessions court, and then you can try the doctors, not the CPA.
Not the CPA.
And patient, they must pay something for the trial. The patient must pay, because just white paper is enough not to proceed against any doctor.
Okay, the government has practically withdrawn NHRM. The way
it's a
we
dangerous
have,
clause.
the way Indian Medical Association. Now, as we had interacted with the immediate past Health Secretary Government of India, and he says government have decided that MCI Board of Governors will not be continued after May. Elections will be announced soon, and they will have a new elected body by June. Again, IMA's effort under your leadership. Now, the government is coming out with few amendments. They are going to say the period from 5 years to 4 years and not more than 2 presidents. Are we opposing it tooth and nail?
Not opposing that much opposition to this new scheme, because we don't know, we have to know the details.
No, I've been told that they have already have declared their inviting objections.
That is okay. 4 years, 2 terms is okay, no problem. But other things is not clear. I have seen that the paper, but the whole thing is not clear. How they can conduct elections within 4 months? It's impossible. How many nominated members will be there? It must be according to the number of the medical people, registered medical graduates, the representation of the MC. For every 5,000.
So the IMA can file a RTI and get all the details immediately within few days.
The paper is there with them. We got the paper.
You got the papers. And according to that papers, IMA is visualizing.
We want, in favor of the IMA, we want at least IMA president, national president, to be a member, exception member every year. And there must be representation for all the states. The nominated post must not dominate the elected post. See, this is a democratic country.
Okay, when it came to Hospital Protection Act and Ordinance, it started from your own state with your own efforts. When we talk about the Hospital Protection Ordinance, and because of your effort, it started with your state for the first time. And now, why, even if it is passed in 11 states, why still today it has not become a national act?
Because most of the states have
11 states have it now.
Most of the states, bigger states, Maharashtra. The rest of the states are also medical people, our people, IMA should fight in the rest of the states. If I may go around those states where this is not taken, it is essential for the medical people.
The public feels there is a nexus between doctors and pathological laboratories, imaging laboratories, and the hospitals, and there is a huge amount of corruption going on in the medical profession.
That is because of this Consumer Protection Act. The doctor has to write all the investigations. Olden days, when a patient comes to the doctor, patient has got full confidence in the doctor. Just give you 1 tablet of aspirin for a headache, he used to go. Now if you give aspirin, the patient after 10 years, if he had some severe complications, he will sue you for 10 crores. Who will take the responsibility? After all, the commission is how much he is not going to help him build a house or something. We are against the commission, but even if what it is come to, it is a major amount what the commission ought to get.
Okay, I'll give you a just simple thing that it's just a theoretical assumption that if IMA comes out and says that our members will not charge less than 1,000 rupees fee, general practitioner, and tell to the government either you take us out of the CPA or we are increasing our fees to 1,000 rupees per GP's initial consultation. In that, the government will be forced to do something, because here doctors would say that either you take us out from CPA, otherwise how are we going to pay for the legal implications? Can this be a...
That is why we want to fight against this. This is a major issue affecting all the doctors throughout the country.
Absolutely.
Everybody is afraid of this CPA. You know, one court in Kolkata has given about 80 crores compensation. Even if
how much?
80 crores.
80
for an NRI.
Okay.
Finally, it came down to 2 crores or so.
No, but he asked for 80 crores.
80 given, court has given, consumer court has given, but he has gone through all the courts and
ultimately it ended up into?
2 crores.
2 crores.
How can you pay 2 crores?
That NRI case from the
NRI doctor.
Calcutta case. So, and we have Nizam Institute case where 1 crore compensation was given. Okay, today as a doctor, if I am liable for 1 crore, 2 crores, maybe more, the next will be 5 crores. How can I pay my compensation with the practice of charging only 100 rupees as...
Definitely, IMA is going to go on a major agitation to remove medical people, exclude them from the CPA purview. You make some other act, you amend it to the parliament, you make a tribunal, just like this administrative tribunal. You make a tribunal with the medical people, and you can take action accordingly.
No, in any way, because there was a case, I was talking to a couple of lawyers, and they said when you have, there is a clause, when you have a remedy in your counsel, when you have a remedy in your counsel, then you can get exempted from the CPA if you really fight it legally. CPA is for them when you don't have a remedy, when you have a counsel, state medical counsel. Then why should you be
The problem is we have not projected the case properly in the Supreme Court. One, the action taken by on the doctors very low. Figure statistics are very low. They never took that serious. Now we are paying the penalty for not taking action. In the actually Supreme Court, when the case was going on, the judge said, how many cases you have punished? Just Markanekadji or somebody, 20 years back, I was there in the Supreme Court. Our people had no answer. They had no record. They are not punished anymore.
No, I'll come back at the way around. I'll come back at the way around is that, say, if I talk about, I'm the chairman ethical committee of Delhi Medical Council. In our Delhi Medical Council Act, it's very clearly written that when you find a case of negligence, you can award compensation. Not only give punishment, you can also award compensation. If the Medical Council of India and the State Medical Council starts awarding compensations to the people, then people will have a more faith in the Medical Council. People go to Consumer Protection Act because they want money, they want compensation. And when you go to the council says, I am not going to give you compensation, I can only take action against the doctors. And if the State Medical Council starts giving compensations, they'll be out of CPA. Nobody will go to CPA.
No, it's not. I don't think it is practicable. Practically.
But there are clauses. In the State Medical Council Act, it's very clearly written you can award compensation. Either you can punish or award compensation, or both.
No, that is practical problems are there in a medical council because he is a doctor and our man is a doctor. So the problems will be there. It's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
Not that easy.
Anything else you want to convey to my medical fraternity?
See, increase the membership to 7 lakhs. We are the most powerful body, most powerful organization as on today. We approved it is a successful national strike, successful 7% for the first time in the country under my chairmanship. Definitely this year we are going to take this up. Consumer Protection Act is my first priority. What all comes, we will fight. It will take it a national issue.
National issue.
We will not leave.
So being a national leader, my viewers, my young budding doctors want an inspirational success story of your life. Tell me something about your life.
As on today, I am the senior most member of the IMA.
That's okay, but it's your life. Means
most of it now because
from birth to till today journey, your journey. Where were you born?
I born in a village.
You were born in a village?
So studied in a village, medicine in Madras. Later started practice in Khammam, 1965. Then 60, 70, I was secretary of a local branch. Since then I was working for IMA at the cost of practice, but it is not practicable for everybody. Every man cannot lose the practice and work for IMA. It is not possible.
So almost
I do full-time IMA now for the past 8 years, full-time.
So for the last 8 years, you are eating, you are sleeping, you are drinking, everything is IMA.
Only I stay in IMA Hyderabad.
You are staying in?
Hyderabad IMA.
You are staying in the IMA Hyderabad building. That's great.
But nobody, I don't want anybody to follow my this thing. It is big financial loss. I spend my own money.
Commitment, that's a devotion, commitment, that's a passion. So I mean that's is something like a passion to you.
So it is a mother. IMA is your parent body. He is your mother. It is your father. You respect IMA. You respect the IMA leaders. Then IMA will help you. We help to someone with the hospital protection. Here non-bailable warrant for 3 years.
Whose?
The Hospital Protection Act in Andhra Pradesh. Then nobody spent single pay. Without spending single pay, without going on strike, just threatening go on strike. We threatened that we will go on strike. The government gave the protection. Ordinance first, then passed in both the assemblies. So our government, Rajshekhar Reddy and Gallarana Kumari, they are very good, kind to me and to the IMA. 3 years non-bailable, even your staff, your watchman, your compounder, everybody is covered on that. I want all the states to follow that. You fight with the government and get it passed in your assemblies.
So what Dr. N. Appa Rao, the chairman of our National Leaders Forum of IMA, feels is that a lot has to be done for the IMA. He is one person who has devoted his life, started his career he was born in a village, and for the last many decades he has practically devoted his life to the cause of IMA, and now practically is living in IMA building. And though he says that I don't want others to follow me, but I feel a lot of people will get stimulated, inspired by his life. Unless you are committed to your profession, you will not be able to build up a profession. Every profession is built up by people who are committed like him. So let's wish him all the best, and let's wish him a long life. We want people like him to continue their work till the age of 100 and maybe more than 100, so that IMA can really become one of the strongest body in the world. Thank you, sir, for being with us and blessing the IMA. And we'll come back with one more show. Till that, goodbye. Thank you.